Good morning, friends. It's been a while and I am so glad to be back. I am well now. I'm still on an antibiotic, so I am drinking coffee instead of a mimosa. But today is Pancake Sunday and I have prepared lemon ricotta pancakes for you guys with a blueberry syrup. So join me in the kitchen while we get started. We're going to start by making our blueberry syrup. I've got 2 cups of frozen blueberries in the saucepan, and I'm keeping this low in sugar, so I'm adding 1 cup of monk fruit with allulose and the juice of 1 lemon. Now we're going to stir it up and let that heat up, come to a boil, and just let it work its magic. Once it comes to a boil, it'll start to thicken. In this case, I thought it needed a little help, so I made a cornstarch slurry with a teaspoon of cornstarch, and I added it to the mixture to thicken it up. Okay, let's get started with our pancakes. We're going to start with 1/2 cup of ricotta. And to that, 2 eggs. Mix that in. Now I have cut this recipe in half because I'm just cooking for 1 today. So this is probably going to make anywhere between maybe 4, possibly 5 or 6 pancakes. All right. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And to this, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of an organic cane sugar. Into the pot it goes. And I'm adding 3/4 cup of buttermilk. Get that nice and incorporated. And then I'm adding don't make a mess, 3/4 cup of gluten-free flour. And that's going to make a nice thick batter. And you can see the consistency here. Now you will see that this batter gets nice and thick like this. And so what we're going to do is take the egg whites, beat them, and fold them in. Okay, friends, the next step is to take those 2 egg whites and beat them until they form a nice stiff peak. And just like that, with the magic of editing, here we are. Now we're ready for the next step. All right, so now we're going to take our egg whites and we're going to take about 1/4 of it and we're going to mix it in. And right away, you are going to see a difference in the texture of the batter. Okay, now that that's incorporated, we're going to take the rest of the egg whites and we're going to fold those in. Now, while I'm folding this in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the lemon zest, because after all, these are lemon ricotta pancakes. You can just smell that lemon. It's very appetizing. I love the smell of lemon. And blueberry and lemon go so well together. That blueberry syrup is starting to thicken up. And I'm using the whole zest. Well, I'm zesting the whole lemon is what I meant to say. That is starting to incorporate nicely. There's still little chunks of egg whites in there that I need to incorporate, so I'm going to keep on folding. That is starting to look wonderful. It looks like a pancake batter now. All right, we're going to take this over to the skillet. I'm using my cast iron pan for this, and I am putting butter all through it. You can use Pam, whatever you want. Okay, I am going to use a 1/4 cup measuring spoon to spread the batter onto the skillet. This 1/4 cup will keep my pancakes at an even consistency. These pancakes are a little different. It's not your typical batter, so you're not going to have those bubbles that'll let you know when it's time to flip. These pancakes are a little bit more on the custardy side, and you're just going to have to watch those pancakes to know when to flip. Now let's get that syrup poured over these pancakes. I did not strain it to make it a true syrup. I left the blueberries mashed up within the syrup, and it gives it kind of a jammy texture, which is the way I like it. Perfect and delicious, guys. Make them.